guys, how you all doing? Hope everyone is well. So I am back, and I am back to do this video on some holiday or Christmas palettes that have recently been released. And I thought I would do like a kind of mini series on my channel leading up until Christmas, just showing you some of the recent Christmas palettes or just any Christmas releases. So what do you think about that? Let me know, because I think it would be quite a good, nice kind of festive video to do. So yeah. So I thought I'd kick it off with the Vice 4 palette. Now in the UK, this palette has just been released. I believe it was released a few days ago. This has been released in the US for a few weeks now, okay? As we already know, we in the UK, we get things a lot later than the US do. Now I was really excited about getting this palette just simply because of the packaging. Like, it just reminds me a bit of like Spider-Man has rolled in some oil slick, and yeah. It just reminds me of like craziness like that. Inside it comes with this bag. Oh, that's the back of the bag, sorry. And as you can see, the same design is on the bag as well. And this is a great travel bag as well, you know, to put your makeup in, or you can store the actual palette in if you're going to take the palette away with you. So I thought that was really, really cool. This is what the palette itself looks like. Gorgeous design, similar design to the actual casing, the packaging, the cardboard packaging. So yeah, I just thought it looked really, really pretty. And I think this is what I was most excited about, to be honest with you. Now, in the UK, I believe this retails for £44. So it's quite an expensive palette. But again, this is, you know, a holiday palette or Christmas palette, and it is going to be more expensive, so you have to bear that in mind. Now, when you're actually looking inside the palette, this is what it looks like inside. Okay, so I'm not an avid Urban Decay buyer, but I'm becoming more and more, I think, to be honest with you. But I did just bring out my last year's palette, which is the Vice 3 palette. This is what the Vice 3 palette looked like. So it came in this bag, which is quite nice, and then this is the actual palette. The side-by-side comparison there of the two. To be honest, these palettes I think can tend to look quite similar, but within the Vice 3 you've got a bit more like purples and neutrals, I think, within the Vice 3 palette. I do really like the Vice 3 palette, but anyway, let's get back to this. So this is the Vice 4 palette. It does come with a brush which just fell out, but this is the brush as well that it comes with. So I'm just going to go through each shade with you. So I am actually using this palette today on my eyes, and today I'm using this purple shade here all over my lid. I'm using this as my transition colour, which is a beautiful, beautiful transition colour for my skin tone. And I'm also using this shade here in my crease to darken up the crease, and then I'm using this black here, which has a bit of shimmer in it, just as in my outer V. So yeah, I'm using four shades all from this palette to do my eyes today, if you can see what I'm actually wearing today on my eyes. But that's what I'll just let you know that. So this is a very workable palette. I have used it quite a few times since I bought it, and I do really like it. So I'm just going to go through each swatch and just tell you a bit more about them. So I'm going to go through each of them in fours and then work my way down. So Pandemonium, Harlot, Robbery, Delete. This second row here is basically full of shimmer shades. These two shades here are more glittery than anything. So the first one here, this purple one, is called Beatdown. And this is what I said I've got all over my lid. Underhand. This beautiful one is called Arctic, but it feels more rougher than the others, so the glitter particles are much chunkier. And then this one, Crowbar, again is much more rougher than the others, with much chunkier glitters in it. Again, this next row here is all shimmer shades as well. Deadbeat, which is this dark black, which is what I've got in my outer V. 1985 is this electric pink colour. This next shade is called C Note, and this one feels very rough, You can definitely feel the glitters in C note. And then this next one is called Low, and again, Low feels quite rough in texture. Okay, this next row here is again all shimmer shades, and I will start with this first shade here called Grip. This next one is called Fastball. This next one is called Grasshopper, and it's a beautiful green shade. And this next one is called Flame, and this is really rough. And this last row is basically where I've got most of the mattes, and these last three shades here are all mattes, and this first one has a slight shimmer to it. So this one with the shimmer is called Bones. Then this one is called Framed, and it's more of a nude or like lighter nude colour. This next one is called Discreet, and this is like a lilac-y kind of colour. And this next one here is my favourite, and it's called Bitter. And again, it is the one that's the transition, or really good transition, I think anyway. And you can see that with some of the mattes, they're very patchy in the way that they swatch, unfortunately. But you can see how nice this Bitter colour is as a transition shade on my skin tone. It's gorgeous. Those were my swatches for this particular palette. So this palette is a really gorgeous palette. It contains 20 shadows in it. Apparently none of these shadows have ever been seen before, but I mean, I don't have all of the palettes. I can't really, you know, tell you if this is true or not, but I don't know. I feel like some of these shades are shades that I have seen before, but I don't know. So there are some shadows that are super pigmented, and some shadows which are more difficult to swatch. I did find that there are, you know, a few shades where there's a lot of fallout in the shadows, especially like the glittery shades. Like, I think there are about 5 of the shades in here that are those like really, really glittery, chunky shades. But I would just say that if you're going to use those shades, definitely, I think using your finger to apply them may be best, to be honest with you, just because of that glitter. But they are very, very pigmented shades. The only thing is the matte eyeshadows, I just find them to be a bit patchy when applying them, so you just have to be a bit wary of that. But yeah, no, I do actually really like this palette. Whether I think it's better than the previous palette, I think I do like the previous one a bit better just because of some of the shades. I don't think that this palette is not a good palette, because I think it is a good palette, and I do definitely think that if you wanted to get this one for Christmas or whenever, then I will try and get my hands on it as quickly as I can. It is limited edition, so I don't know obviously how long it's going to be out for, you know, I guess it's until it's all sold out, but definitely try and get your hands on it if you can get your hands on it. I believe you can find this online at Urban Decay, on Urban Decay's website. Debenhams will be stocking it as well, and whoever else stocks Urban Decay products, I believe that they should be stocking it. So yeah guys, that is it for me. And like I said, if you want me to do more of these like holiday palettes and just going through them with you, then let me know. I've got quite a few holiday stuff that I've ordered and has come through. Basically, I've just blew my Christmas budget and just ordered loads of stuff. But if you want me to just show you some of them, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to do so. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in my next video. Take care and see you soon. Bye, ciao. Yeah, this one is the Ultra Flawless brush.